All right, everybody, welcome back to the TNEC Cast. We're on episode 9. So, real quick, we want to apologize. We had some technical difficulties, so I don't have my typical background. So, you get to see my crazy looking office right now. So, it is what it is. How we just keep things, we just keep things extra real here. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're already here on episode 9. And
Long way.
who I am. I'm your man, Chef, with the Weapon K, and we are the TNEC Cast.
Yes, sir.
And you know how we do things. I talk my little bit here in the beginning, do the intro, and then Kegs will lay down what we're gonna go through on this show, and then we're gonna hop into it. So, Kay, what you got for us?
I appreciate you guys for spending time with us today. So first things first, we want to talk about the posing clinic that happened on Saturday, and the wonderful turnout as well. We're also going to be talking about comparing yourself to the competition. That's rather in bodybuilding, your workplace, family, and like the pros and cons to that, as well as, especially in this bodybuilding arena, we all have spouses, friends that want to go out to eat with us, and we're going to talk about how, bodybuilding could be selfish sometimes, and how the opinions of our friends, our family, and spouses kind of influence what happens on a day-to-day basis with our bodies. So, Isaac, go ahead. What happened on Saturday, man? You
Oh,
got the biggest cheese and smile on your face, man.
so before we talk about that, I gotta give a little shout out. So this is my man Tom, one of my biggest supporters in real life and for this is one of his shirts from off of his YouTube, Uncle Sam's Reject. Make sure you go check that out if you are into gaming. So this is what you do. When you do cardio on Monday, you watch us. When you do cardio on Tuesday, you watch his game videos and you just keep flipping it. You keep flipping it.
Yep. It's going to be in the description below.
Yeah,
Don't even worry about it.
just keep flipping it. But anyway, so Saturday we had our posing clinic. We did it with in conjunction with the NFF, National Federation here in Texas. It was an amazing turnout. We had 45 athletes. We had people from 4 different states come here to Dallas. So obviously we had Texas here. We had people come down from Oklahoma, people from over in Louisiana, and then one of the instructors, he came all the way from St. Louis. Shout out to Q. So like usually with most of these posing clinics, when it's open to like everybody, it's usually female dominated. Ladies showed up, did their thing. We got to really make sure that we got some good information in the hands of the first time competitors. That's really who these clinics are designed for. Because a lot of times, posing is important. So let's not even we don't want to gloss over that. But there's still a lot of things that people don't know, especially if you don't have a coach, a team, or a friend that's from the sport. There's going to be a lot of things in your first show that you don't know. And as Kyrie and I, as bodybuilders, as coaches, and all the different things as ambassadors of the sport, we don't want your first show to be your last show. We want to grow the sport. There's a lot of different reasons why we want to grow the sport, but we want to grow it. So that first impression, just like with everything, that first impression is extremely important. Mm-hmm. So we want to do everything we can, and that's what we do in these posing clinics. So do we pose? Yeah, we had them posing their asses off. People were sweating. I don't know if you guys seen the Instagram videos. People were sweating and everything like that. But we made sure that we got a lot of good information. How to go pro, what qualifications you need in this, this organization. We had the stage makeup person. She was there to kind of, talk about different things. We had different vendors there. We did some giveaways. So, man, like I said, it was a good time, a ton of energy. So we will be doing a lot more of those. We have some other ideas of some things that we're doing branching off of that. So just make sure you stay tuned as we build that events page on the website. We're gonna make sure we get get everything out there, to you guys. And look, if you're listening to this, and you're like, man, we want to do this, and let us know the area. We travel, we travel. So if there's something that you guys want done, whether it's inside or outside of Texas, we have a large team, so we're down to go and spread this good word. So that's about the posing clinic. Again, another success, but also wanted to send our official congratulations to two of our teammates, to Sarita, aka Pro Rita, and Dejung, aka Pancakes, because all she was talking about the day before the show, in the morning of the show. Well, coach, do I get my pancakes? Well, wait, but coach, but do I get my pancakes? But our official congratulations to them as they are now officially pros because they did it what they needed to do on stage. Then they passed their testing to say that they're not on anything or anything like that. So now they are official, natural, or as we like to say, natty pros. So congratulations to them. And then lastly, kind of on the TNEC calendar, really right now we don't have anything coming up until the 17th and the 24th. That's when we have our next shows with TNEC athletes. We actually got a couple athletes add themselves to the mix into those shows. So, we're gonna keep giving you guys updates, things of that nature. Maybe bring some more people on. We got us. We always got something in the works. So that's pretty much the TNEC recap. A little shorter than last week, because we're not coming off of a show. But yes, okay. So start us off with this thing about how what we do is selfish. And the one little takeaway I want our audience to understand. So when we're doing our show, because we always do show prep before we come on here, and what we kind of realized is that this one lane that we were kind of going in, we saw how important the two sides of it were. We didn't even realize it until we kind of started talking about it. So Kyrie's gonna focus on one part of it, and I'm gonna focus on another part of it. So I'm gonna give Kyrie, give Kyrie the floor because I stole so much of it last week. And Kyrie hit us up, baby.
Two things. Congratulations to Sarita and Dejon. They killed it. If you haven't watched last week's episode, dog, just go ahead and close out and go to that one, because I promise you're gonna get something from it. You know what I mean? If it isn't nothing but like the passion in Isaac's voice whenever he was speaking about this, you know what I mean, and have a shared love for something, like you're gonna there's millions of gems in that. I had a fun time editing that one. But yeah, selfish sport. So talking from personal experience, when I was in Japan getting ready for my first bodybuilding show or men's physique show, for my own going away party that it was a surprise party, but I couldn't eat. You know what I mean? We went to what is it called? Yakiniku, where you cook the food in front of you and stuff like that. So they will give you like unlimited meat, and you just pay like a flat fee, and you just cook it in front of you. And it's like chicken, pork, beef on like the stove right in front of you with that aroma and everything. But
you're killing me right now, right?
Yeah. But you have to say no. You know what I mean? Co-workers, hey, we're doing a little brunch or whatever. You want to come out? Sorry, man, I can't. And if you do, you only get a glass of water. And that's how, especially in American culture, where we break bread together, especially in the military. That's huge. Eating chow together and building that relationship is massive. Hold on. Is my camera just went blurry?
I was wondering what was going on. I thought it was just the prep for me.
Cool.
There we go.
You two trying to censor my face. I know I'm beautiful. But you have to understand, like, there's a bigger mission, and not everyone's going to share your same vision. Not everyone. You don't have to tell other people the vision as well. Because you don't have those dream killers. Oh, you sure she's ready? Go watch last episode. That's the reason why we do this. So you have to be protective of your vision. You have to be selfish with your shit. You let everyone in, you got Judas in the crowd chilling, waiting on your downfall, dog. You got to understand that. Isaac, what have you sacrificed in this sport so far? You've been competing for what, 3 years, right?
2
years?
2 years. It's kind of crazy because, everybody looks at it different. So if you go from the first time I stepped on stage was October 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So October of this year will be 2 years, but I'm in my third season just because, me, I'm crazy. So I just been going, man. So wait, what have I sacrificed? So obviously time with family, that's just, but again, one of the things I try to do smart, I do my cardio. Nobody is awake. So when I'm doing my cardio, that's not, taking away per se. But, there's certain things you just can't partake in, I've developed enough discipline that if they're eating something that I like, I can, have my stuff and I'm good. I mean, it still sucks. Don't get me wrong, especially like, we don't really eat dairy, but you smell mac and cheese or something like that. When you walk in, you're like, you just want to walk right back out. But there's those sacrifices. I would say I've sacrificed a lot of my mental capacity. And I say it like that just because you have to be because see, again, and I say it's not everybody's like this. Kyrie and I are very, 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 very driven. We have one goal, we want to win. So it's simple. It's not like, okay, well, I want to, no, it's simple. Beat everybody. That's just, so it makes it very simple. But it takes a lot of focus to do that because you can't half step at any point if you want to be the best. If you're in this to be the best, you have to be the best when nobody's looking. You have to be the best when you're not posting, when you're not taking pictures, when you're not telling anybody how hard you're working. That's when you have to be the best. That's what separates on stage. That's those different people, and so you sacrifice a lot of your mental, just your sanity. You just sacrifice a lot of that to put yourself there because like all that you do that for copious amounts of times for a few minutes on stage and then a few minutes for the result. And that feeling of accomplishment that for everybody, some people they win, they ride for 2 years off of one win. Then you have the Kyries and Oz of the world. By the time that night, we already thinking about, okay, this was cool, but what's next?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong. Look, whichever way, that's your path, But those are like I would probably say those are the two biggest, things that I sacrifice because now at this age, I'm 37. You have to think about it for a second. I'm 37, so there's a lot of things that I've already done in life that I don't really worry about. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to be going out. So for me, that's not a sacrifice. There's certain things that aren't sacrifices for me that might be, for other people. But just doing this, I mean, shit. Let's just be honest. I talk about another sacrifice that almost anybody that's been remotely on this kind of journey is not being able to eat what I want when I want.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Because what a lot of people fail to understand. So as bodybuilders, we eat. This is male unfit. We eat. We eat a minimum 5 times a day. Minimum 5 times a day. But we're also always, especially when you're in prep, it only gets worse, perpetually hungry. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you that. So there's the only time you're not hungry is when you're not thinking about it. That's it. If you're not thinking about it, then you're good. But other than that, you cannot help it. When you're eating, you're hungry because your body is operating at such a high level. So, so that's really tough because this is the other part that really gets you. And we'll toss it back to Kay. When you're right now in prep, right? I know I could go to go grab a burger and fries. While I coach myself, I know I'm not supposed to have one today. I can go have one today, and it's going to have a minimal effect on me. Minimal. But that minimal effect could keep me from winning. That's what keeps me from doing it. And that's the toughest thing, about this is that true discipline and everything like that. But yeah, man, it's tough. Like sometimes we kind of make it out to be, oh, it's not that bad because I like my prep food and stuff like that. Yeah. But nah, I do at times. It hits me like, damn, I wish I could just, or when I'm driving down the street and I smell something, I'm like, man, I wish I could just turn it. Because I mean, was not all that long ago where I could just turn it and eat it. Didn't care. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's okay. So we talk about what are some of your sacrifices?
So let's take a step back because I like that, and I think it has nothing to. It's not only with bodybuilders, but just with lifestyle clients as well. Because like you're coming home from work and you pass a McDonald's, is that what Coach said to go get you a McFlurry? You know what I mean? It's just like this is just balance. We just balance things differently. Lifestyle to bodybuilding. Sure, like the balance on the bodybuilding side might be a little bit extreme, but at the end of the day, we still get those. You know what I mean? And with the lifestyle, it's not strict. Well, it shouldn't be that crazy strict in a sense, but it still requires discipline.
Yep.
Go back and watch episode 4, episode 5, where we just like fucking killed discipline the entire episode. It was just like,
Yep.
yo, this is like, that's the number one skill you need whenever you're trying to lose weight, gain muscle, be the best bodybuilder, be the best CEO, be the best supervisor that you can be the best father you can be. It all comes down to discipline, because you ain't gonna feel like heating up your chicken and sweet potatoes. You ain't gonna feel like it, but you gotta do it anyway. You have to do it anyway. Some other sacrifices. I like you talked about how you're 37 now and you didn't have to experience, like, you can give up partying and that's whatever, right? Me, in my first prep, I was 20, I'm 24 now. So I was like 21, 22 ish, right? Where in Japan, like, come on, Tokyo. And you got to be like, "Nah, man, I'm going to stay in."
Yep.
Nah. You want to go be taking tequila shots, chilling, turning up, but no. You know, because there's a greater mission. And I think that's one thing that I praise my dad for. He instilled in me, and basically sports in general. Yeah, Big Pops. It's just like, yo, like, the mission is not complete. Sometimes you got to do things that you don't want to do, but you got to show up anyway, regardless. So let's talk about comparing yourself to the competition. So I want to pass this to you, because you're 3 weeks out, and you're hunting for your first pro show.
Pro win.
Did they? Oh, my bad. Yeah. Pro win. Did they release the competitors list already, or does that come out like 2 weeks out?
So every organization does a little bit different. So one thing I will give GBO credit on, they do a pretty good job of kind of like letting you know who's doing it. This show, I don't care. I'll be honest, they've done a shitty job of it. So it's just from me having my connections and networking and know who said they were going to do it, and everything like that. So typically what GBO. So last year I did two GBO shows as a pro last year, and on both of them it was either a week or 2 weeks before they kind of said, because they'd already closed the registration for pros and everything like that. So they released, who it was. It was pretty, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty damn cool to see your name amongst pros, but then like to get that spotlight and so I'm not going to front. That shit is cool. It just is. I mean, especially because you're in the sport and those are the people you look up to. Now you're with them, now you're beating them, it's cool. But yeah, so my thing is, so I know who I'm going against, right? And a lot of these guys, where they mess up, they post so much. I know all of their weaknesses, all of them. I already have my plans what I'm doing when I get on stage with them to exploit their weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? And look, some of these guys are actually I consider friends. Like, I let them come, sleep at my house kind of thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like you and me, we are literal family. And when we get on that stage, we're gonna dap up before, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna try to rip each other's heads off. And then as we're walking on the stage, hug each other, tell how much we love each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what the beauty of this sport is. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, of any sport. That's how it should be as a true competitor. But I see these guys, they put everything out there. So then what happens, people start comparing themselves. And we have teammates. I've talked to some of our athletes about this. I'm like, don't worry about what these people are doing. You have to worry about what you're doing. That's the only thing that you can focus on. Because look, when we've talked about this ad nauseum about people using filters, the lighting, the best angle, blah, 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 blah. Kyrie knows this, and any of my other fellow bodybuilders that are listening to this, you guys know when there's somebody that looks like a world beater on Instagram, you see him, you see him at the show, and you were like, why are you here? I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say that, but people, you can't say that with me or Kyrie, because what we put up, the things that we do post that have to do with our physique is the truth. It's not a funny angle. It's not a filter. It's okay. This is what we look like. I didn't stop posting. Like, it's rare that you see my physique now. Rare. You know what I mean? Because now I'm like, I don't want to give nobody no kind of advantage, because I'm really seriously trying to be the best in the world. I'm dead ass serious about that. But so I don't compare. I got to see what other people are doing, but I'm not worried about what anybody else is doing other than myself. When it comes to my show preparation, I'm just worried about me. And what happens when you start comparing yourself to other people, you start creating monsters and boogeymen and boogie women and giants out of people that you could be.
Yes.
People that you should be. because when you're looking at them, and Kyrie knows this, you can't help it. It's some kind of chemical makeup where you build these people up. I was telling one of our athletes, I think I was telling her yesterday at the clinic, I was like, look, you making that person that 100 out of 100 people, impartial people would say, oh no, your physique is way better than that person's physique. But in your mind, you're like, no, it's not. I can't touch this person. Mm-hmm. And then you've created a boogeyman. And now, if you've created a boogeyman, are you the person that's going to go slay the boogeyman, or does that scare you? Because you're one or two. You're one of two people. And it's not, if you're scared of the boogeyman, it doesn't mean you can't win or you can't beat the boogeyman. But then it comes, okay, are you a person that knows how to channel fear and use it to your advantage? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you start creating all these different things. So this is why I tell people to stop worrying about other people are doing. That's the selfish thing. Only worry about you. Because what that person does controls what they put on the stage. What you do controls what you put on the stage. So if you're worrying about what this person's doing and that person's doing, you are taking bits and pieces of your energy and donating it to their cause.
Yeah.
Why do that? Keep it on your side. Keep it here. Keep it in your lane. That's what you need to focus on, because then you're just accidentally breaking yourself down. Because it starts to break down mentally. Then you actually start to break down physically, because now, I'm 3 weeks out. So as lean as I am right now, cortisol will show up in my physique. Okay.
Through the roof.
Like in a second. Now for our friends that are not into bodybuilding, cortisol is a hormone that's released in the body that causes you to retain water, causes you to bloat, and it comes from stress. Now somebody's probably watching, oh, well, why don't you tell the science? No, I'm not here to be building out of science. I'm here to say it in a way that people understand. So that's what it is. So that's why you hear people say, hey, as you're getting closer to the show, you got to relax, because now you're building up something. Because you can't, if you're doing that, like I said, you're creating Thanos, and then you're giving them with every other thought. Now you've created Thanos, and now you just keep giving them Infinity Stones. Mm-hmm. And then guess what's going to happen on stage? He's going to snap, and you go bye-bye. Don't give him the ability to do that. You know what I mean? And but the other thing is, when it comes to that, if you do not focus on yourself at a time when you have to be selfish, you're wasting your time. Because to me, right, so I've been in prep 7 weeks now. There's a lot of different things I could have been doing over the last 7 weeks. Why am I going to let all that work, that sacrifice, everything like that, go to the wayside because I'm scared of somebody else that breathes the same air as me?
Put on the same board shorts.
You know what I mean? They got to go up there. So in my mind, what I tell myself is I want them to be worried about stepping on stage with me. I'm not going to be worried about stepping on stage with no other person. I don't care how enhanced they are. I don't care whatever. My confidence in my work means that when I step on that stage, I'm only worried about what I've done. And I'm only going to present what I can present, which is the best package that I know how to, so I can win. And but there's a lot of selfishness that goes on with that, with all the preparation, all the sacrifice, everything like that. But you can't, if you're thinking about, and then I'm gonna say another piece of it. If you're thinking about, oh, well, what do I need to post? You're thinking about the wrong things.
What did we talk about last time? We focus on winning championships. Don't worry about them followers. Once you win, I promise those followers are gonna come. They're gonna show up expeditiously.
You're thinking about completely the wrong things. Instagram likes, Facebook likes, DMs, whatever, does not correlate to wins. Understand that. And that's what a lot of people get caught up in. So I'll ask people, why do you post this, or why do you post so much? Oh, it's motivating people. I'm about to break a sad truth to you. It ain't motivating nobody. You want to know why? What have those people done from off of your post?
Ooh.
It's self-serving. You're saying it to make yourself feel better, to give yourself that reason to do that. It's a harsh truth. And I know there's going to be people, I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here to make you better. Understand there's a difference. I'm not here to make you feel better. I'm here to make you better. because you will thank me for it. Ask Heather. You look at the picture that we posted of Heather. We got her after her last show. She had a coach. we'll call it that.
That was a transformation, yo.
You see that? And that's in 5 months. That's in 5 months. There's a lot of times where I could have said something to make her feel better, but I said what she needed to hear to be better. Tell the team all the time. Sometimes I might be gruff, but if you take it for what it is, you'll get better. And so it's that same thing. It's about the selfishness. Stop saying that you're posting for other people. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. And I've heard it from more than one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I used to, think I should, motivation, this, that, and the third, man. That's bullshit. Complete bullshit. I'm going to post what I want to post. If somebody draws inspiration from it, great. If they don't, just as great.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and people can say, well, you're successful. So, nah, man, it has nothing to do with that. Because honestly, I could be out here posting more and really be trying to beat y'all in the head. I've actually, as my success is going, I posted less. Look at it. I'm not talking shit. This is you can go look right now. Go look at both. Well, the No Excuse Group technically does not count because that's a representation of all of us. But go look at my athlete page. And most of the posts don't even really talk about me. On my athlete page, I think I have 5 or 6 posts. 3 of them are about me. And then one's about Heather. I think one's about Heather transformation, and the other one's about the posing clinic, and then the other one's about Serena and the jump. Now, yeah, you can say it's about me because I coached them, but to bring it back, so you have to be selfish, but in the right way. Don't sit there because it gets the same thing. You're letting other people dictate what you're doing. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, listen, see, damn you, Kyrie, it becomes a circle jerk. And apologize if you got kids that can hear this, but that's what it becomes. Because then y'all jump on, y'all tell each other how great y'all are. Oh, I'm gonna go comment here because this person gonna tell me back and blah 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 blah. And ain't none of y'all getting better for it. You got and then what happens? You go on stage, you get your ass kicked. Then you post a nice little mea culpa because you're telling everybody all your work and all this other stuff. So we think, oh man, this motherfucker get ready to go do his or her thing. Da 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 da. You go get your ass kicked, and then now you gotta post like the sad puppy. Things didn't go the way I wanted to, and you wouldn't have to post them. So look, so at Storm, right? I got 5th. Was I disappointed? Of course I was. You know what I mean? My man one shot, took a board, earned his victory. Everybody that got their place earned their place. I earned 5th that day. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. A 5th at a pro show for most people is like a pinnacle dream. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I posted after, I'm sitting there happy. I'm like, hey man, we did what we came to do. We put the package on stage. But I didn't have to post like a sad puppy because even though I'm confident, I'm not out here posting and acting like I'm something I'm not, because then you got to come back around. Mm-hmm. So this is why when we talk about this is kind of like what me and Kyrie were talking about before we started recording. There's a lot of ways you can go with it because you have to focus on you. And there's a lot of ways that you can take these different little things that seem innocent, that seem harmless, that are taking away from your discipline, taking you away from your consistency because you're worried about if it ain't your kids or your family. Other than that, I'll say work too, then you don't need to be worried about it. If it's not making you better, like what fucking post made somebody better? Like seriously. I can't point to a damn post that I made that made me win a show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when people be doing that shit, like, I don't get it. And I think it's partially because I don't give a shit what anybody think on that stuff. That's power. Like Instagram or none of that shit don't define me. I can get 1 like or I can get 100,000 likes. I still feel the same about what I posted. I posted it to make money more than likely. We're just being 100% honest. You know what I mean? Because I'm so tuned out of social media, other than catching people being goofy. But we'll leave that alone because I'm not gonna have another outburst. But that at the end of the day, but that's why it's important though. Like, I come here and tell y'all the truth. I say a lot of things because this is the thing, right? I can say some of these things because you can go back and look. You can go back and look and say, okay, at least this, look, I may not like what he's saying, but at least he's telling me the truth. You know what I'm saying? We're delivering you a message. And look, some messages need to be delivered with a hug. Some need to be delivered with a two-piece.
Yeah.
You know? And I think, but I will say this, though. This is real talk. The hug can be just as impactful as a two-piece. Real talk. Because I know when I come up to somebody the way I am, and if I give them the kind of hug reaction, they're so shocked that I'm not like, intense in their face. And now I'm like that it has even more impact. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what when we're talking about the selfishness, in all seriousness, you have to focus on you. And I'm not trying to say don't worry about your family and let your family fall by the wayside. No. I don't want you to, and somebody go back and, well, Isaac Kyrie on Team ECcast told me I didn't talk to you.
Fuck them
kids. Wife and kids or husband and kids and all that stuff. Don't do that. But what I'm saying is, you gotta focus. That's why I go off of Facebook, because I know that takes me off of focus. But I still look like before I work out, I go there. I swear to God, this is something that I do. I scroll for about 2 minutes and I'm so pissed off, and it works. And it gives me that extra
fucking
boost.
Fuel, dog. Yeah.
Because I see all this, and so I'm not gonna go beat me. So I just go, it gives me that extra fuel when I work out. But yeah, man, take that like really, because I know I said a lot of craziness, but if you when you really look at the root of what I was saying, like if you really want to become mentally tough, if you really want to just flat out get better, I'm telling you, like you look at Raymond and Andre, right? They're in what Kyrie and I do in our class. Those guys are the top two, basically. I know. So you got Raymond, you got Karan, you got Brandon. So you got these guys that are kind of synonymous with the top of what we do. They post workouts that gets them paid. They post those little model shots that gets them paid. They're not worried about if they're motivating or inspiring any of you. I hate to break that shit to you. And this is nothing against them, because I'll tell you for a lot of reasons. I mean, if people are smart, they'll know a few of them. I love Raymond. Love him. But I know he ain't posting just to make me happy or to motivate me or anything like that. I know he's not thinking about me when he goes to work out to get ready to go try to now recapture his Olympia. That's what I'm learning from them. You know what I'm saying? He's focusing on here. And there's nothing, let me tell you something, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't think LeBron's selfish? You don't think Kobe RIP? You don't think Jordan? Yeah. Football is a little bit different because not saying that in basketball you don't rely on other people, but football, you super rely. You can't take over the game by yourself technically. Like to the point where a basketball player can get that ball in your hands and you just say, okay, clear out, I'm taking over. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that selfishness comes in. And so now we're in a sport where, I know some places have mixed pairs, but it's just one, it's me versus Kyrie versus Pete versus whoever. So I got to focus on me. I can't worry about what Kyrie's doing. I can't worry that Kyrie has a crazy V-taper. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. I have a great V-taper too. How am I going to, do I need to out-angle him? Do I need to let him have it on the back pose and try to get him on the front pose? Like, that's what I'm thinking about. But I'm thinking about what I can do. Because I don't know what he's going to do. He may switch his back pose up to something else. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But in our sports, while Kyrie's not in, because if you're not in our sport, you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And that's okay. But that's where that selfishness comes in. Because greed is bad. Selfishness is not always bad. There's a purpose behind it. Like for us, the selfishness, and this is for most people in the sport, most of the successful people in the sport, there's going to be a lot of, when you see us talk, how Kyrie, or anytime when we're talking, you never see the, unless it's a joke, we're always, yeah, that's a fucking good point. Because we know, so I'm going to use Heather again as an example. I told her, you can't want the pro card. You need the pro card. There's a big difference because when you want the pro card, you'll turn down ice cream a few times. Then you're like, hey, you know what? See my abs, I'm looking lean. I'm gonna have the ice cream. When you need the pro card and you look at that ice cream, all you see is that pro card laughing at you saying, you eat me, you eat this, you're never gonna get me. Trying to tell you.
You know, you tagged on a lot of gems right there. Once again, bro, I think you've been going for 10 minutes, bro. I was like, yo, there's another episode. Just let him go. Just throw it. Just like, let Isaac go, bro.
I'm not drinking this shit no more before the show. Y'all just gonna get me zombie like this. I'm not doing it no more.
So, as always, there's always two sides to a coin, right? So, with me personally, I did something. Let's see. Standby. So of course, everyone needs those gems, right? Where you're just like, yo, I'm not feeling motivated, or you feel like you're on top of the world already. So you're just like, man, fuck it, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's me next to Brandon Hendrickson.
Heisenberg, okay.
I thought I was hot shit. I thought I was nice. I was just like, yeah, this pro card, easy. Until I actually posted to one of the greats. Then I was like, oh, shit. Now I got to go harder. Just how Isaac goes to Facebook, I look at that. And I got a back shot as well. I got humbled that day. What day was that? I think it was March 18th. It was 10 days ago. So, I'm not saying you should do that as a beginner. I'm not saying you should do that as an elite. It's just a tool you can add to the toolbox just in case. You know, sometimes you need to be humbled. When you that ego running rampant, you're just like, dog, like, man, you catch yourself lollygagging through workouts. Man, I'm just gonna go get IHOP. You know, fuck it. You know, if it fits my macros.
Yeah.
It's like,
the almighty say.
Yeah. Like, shut up, dog. Fat ass. You have to remember, and this is just my side of things. You know, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, you know, whatever. I'm not going to look at another NPC competitor and compare myself to him. That's stupid. I'd rather compare myself to the king, whoever sits on the throne, because that's the thing I'm aiming for. You know, I'm not aiming to be the best person in the NPC. No one gives a shit about that. Isaac wants to be the best natural. He doesn't care who won the Olympia 2 years ago, or you know, or the natural Olympia 2 years ago. Who won it last year? That's the standard. I got to kill that guy. All right, roger that. Stand by. Brandon won it. That's the standard. I got to top that. Stand by. That's the goal. That's when you can use comparison as fuel. You see what I'm saying? Little Cooper nugget for y'all. Dropping gems once again.
I want to hop on one thing that Kyrie said, and the way he said it was very, very profound, because you have to realize. So one of the things that we kind of say, hey, what works for you works for you. So what works for Kyrie, and me and Kyrie are very similar, but not everything. Just how we talked about it. He's using that one comparison, and I use Facebook to piss me off. You know, well, I'm easily pissed off. But anyway, you know, so we talked about those two things. Be very careful. The human psyche is very fragile.
Yeah.
Kyrie can handle taking his latest picture from his last show where he looked phenomenal and being humbled. Now, he's being humbled, but he's being humbled by right now who is the pinnacle of our sport. So, I mean, that's okay, you know? But not everybody can handle that.
Yes.
Because what a lot of people don't realize, Kyrie isn't this far apart. It's probably closer to this. But there's some people that will take that chasm and it'll grow and it'll mess your psyche up. Mm-hmm. So know your limits. I just know we scratch that because I don't like talking about limits. Know your weaknesses. If you are somebody that easily builds people up, don't go that route. Now, if you're somebody that's very analytical, data driven, and you say, okay, that's the best. Okay, and you take my, so I'm Kyrie for a second. Take my back, Brandon's back. Okay, I have a better taper, but he has more size. Okay, so then you start to go through the process. You don't get that picture now doesn't have a name. That picture is all that is data.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. And to transfer it over to lifestyles, well, I teach the lifestyle clients and my most successful ones, they treat the scale and their measurements as data.
Not the end all be all.
Yep.
For sure.
I was gonna hop on that. So you touched on that was a good point.
You also touched on how you can like use your psyche to make them look like giants. You know what I mean? It's scary when you like on the you look at Mount Fuji from a distance, but when you're like standing on the base of Mount Fuji and look up, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that's where you get to the crossroad where you can rather be a giant killer or another motherfucker on the menu. The choice is yours at the end of the day. It's all perspective. What do you want to be? You just want to be a little just innocent casualty in the law of war here, you know what I mean? Or you want to I can take them out. I can get that promotion over these guys. I don't have to get this taco right now. I don't need it.
How do you want to be remembered? Because we all going. Look, we all going. I'm 37, so I hope I got another 60, 70 before I go. But we all going. Your legacy, which we've talked about before, is like, so this is a direct piggyback off of what Kyrie is saying. Do you want to be known as that person that laid down? Then you won't be known much past your time, your expiration date. Or do you want to be known as that person that they fought that adversity, they overcame it, and now we talked about being motivation, inspiration. Your story becomes that inspiration. I'm telling you, freaking tomorrow isn't promised.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's again, it goes directly with Kyrie's to my life. I hope you're still to this side of me.
Yeah.
On the edit.
Just point to oblivion.
Let me stop doing that. But Kyrie hit it on the head, man. Like, because it life and where Kyrie stands right now, where I stand right now, is a summation of all of our choices. Some choices are good, some choices are bad, but wherever you are in life, you're a summation of, let me say it again, your choices. Don't blame it on nobody else. Well, no, I don't give a shit. Your choices. So, so the choice is yours, how you want to be remembered. I know I want to be remembered. I don't want to I want to have left some kind of mark on this earth, this universe, before my time is up. I know that. Have I left it already? Maybe, maybe not, but I'm not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
One night period. And that's what I guess, and I know Kyrie feels, I'm gonna speak for him, shit. I know he feels the same way,
I haven't done shit.
We're gonna keep going, That's what the mandate is.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who mandated it to us, but that's the mandate.
It was just like we were born with it. It was just like always, what's next? What's next? What's next on the menu? What do we have to accomplish? And I guess it was just like, I wouldn't want to say born with it, but we had some great people in our lives that kind of instilled it into us, and especially through this podcast, I hope you can kind of get a little bit of that. If not that, then another gem you can carry on to your children, your children's children, your coworkers, whatever have you. Even if you can't direct them to the podcast, share something with them. Anything. Like, hey, I learned about comparing myself to things and how it's a shitty idea for me, so I should find a different way to, find some motivation. This is the whole point of the podcast. This is free 99. Isaac, how much money have you made on this podcast?
Technically nothing. I'm sure there's, but technically, from a direct standpoint, $0. Spend money.
You know what I mean? And this is just to bring value. This is the part of the legacy. And this is my favorite part of the week. Favorite part. It's just like Sundays, I'm fucking waking up. Like, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Fun to do.
Just to have a conversation and hopefully drop some gems on you guys. But you got anything else, Isaac?
Not like always, just I thank you for everybody that's especially for all y'all that's stay, tuned in through the whole thing. So I hope this is good cardio stuff, because whether it excites you or pisses you off, I just hope it helps you, while you're doing cardio, either keep you going or give you that extra boost to do more. The one big thing, please, we want the feedback, and we just don't want you to tell us that we're doing great. I mean, that's cool, and if that's what you think, and you want to tell us that, we definitely appreciate that. But like, Kyrie, I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, give us that constructive criticism. Say, hey, you need to be a more structured flow, or whatever. But also make sure if you're gonna tell us something, tell us how you think we could improve it. So don't just don't we just be a hater and like, oh, you guys suck. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, well, say it to us, please, not just on the internet. I don't like the internet stuff. I like the in-person stuff. But I just I am really taken back. So I'm noticing the people that are tapped in with us. And it's people that, especially on the natural side of things, we have Olympia winners, natural Olympia winners that have tuned in, and it's a dope feeling. Some of the top guys and gals are tuned in with us. So again, that's a deep thank you to everybody that's whether they've shared. I've seen people been sharing it. It's just this organic growth is cool to see, and to see that, as crazy as Kyrie and I are, especially me, the the message is resonating. So thank you. I know we do plan to bring on a couple of our new pro card winners, so they can talk a little bit about their experience. So hopefully we'll do. I hope we can do that before the next set of shows. So Kyrie and I will brainstorm, figure that out. If you have anybody you think you say, hey man, you should bring this person on, let us know. You want to come on, let us know. We want to bring. It's interactive. We want y'all to be a part of the thing. But other than that, man, just go out there and kill it, man. Go out, whatever you doing, man. You a bodybuilder, go out there and kill it. You a carpenter, you a roofer, you a customer service representative, whatever it is, go out there and be the best at it. That's all I got.
Well, I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Later.